One Zambia, One Nation. Welcome to Zanis News. My name is Noah Chimupi and my sign language interpreter is Neha Mombi. The headlines. Government constructs first ever mortuary maternity wing at Namshakande Mongu. President Hichilema donates to Kitwe Trades. Zambia districts receives relief maize. And preparation underway for Community Sports Festival. And now the news in details. Government has constructed a 2.5 million kwacha first ever mortuary and maternity wing at Namshakande Health Center in Mongu District of Western Province using the 2023 Constituency Development Fund. Inspecting the facilities in Mongu Central Constituency, Member of Parliament Oliver Amatuke appreciated the works and pledged government's continued support towards improving health infrastructure in the region. Here is Rogers Fiavipa with the details.
Government has constructed the first ever mortuary and maternity wing at the total cost of 2.5 million kwacha at Namshakende Health Center in Mong District of Western Province using the 2023 Constituency Development Fund. After inspecting the two facilities, Mong Central Constituency Member of Parliament Oliver Amatuke said government is working towards improving health sector for enhanced quality health delivery in Western Province.
This is a brand new mortuary and a washing bay there on the other side. So before, what used to happen is that when our loved ones have departed, they could only be taken to Lewanika General Hospital in Mongu. So by doing this project, we have now made it easier for our people to be kept here. And they can, from here, they can go to their final resting place. That's what your government is doing, bringing services, bringing development closer to the community, closer to the people, because it's now cheaper for us who live here, isn't it? You don't have to go to Mongu.
And the Namshakende Health Center nurse in charge, Inonge Mulere disclosed that the clinic had no proper health structure.
It's a very wonderful thing for us to be given a maternity wing, first ever. Again, I may say so. As you can see, we only have the old infrastructure which was placed as the OPD department since independence, which has been blown off by the winds during the rain season. So that maternity...
Now, Shak Ward Councillor Mainza Chiwa was quick to inform the lawmakers some of the challenges the bereaving families were facing before the construction of the mortuary.
It's about 25 kilometers from here to Mongu, where our beloved departed members of our families, we used to take them to Mongu, which was too costly for the community, especially that it's a rural area. Now with these new facilities, is the transportation issues among our families. We really appreciate.
Second resident Mubiana Imasiku says the mortuary will help people reduce distances they use to travel to access mortuary services in the area. The new Don government is striving hard to improve the livelihood of people, including those that are found in rural areas. Rogers Fiavipa reporting for Zanis in Mongu District of Western Province.
In a related development, Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu has commissioned a digital X-ray machine and mortuary unit at Lilongwe District Hospital, which were procured using the 2022-2023 Constituency Development Fund. Our reporter Godfrey Piri, who accompanied the Permanent Secretary, reports that the equipment was procured at a combined cost of over 1.8 million. Details in the following report.
Community ukwenda kukasa ku X-ray na pakati pali mocha lili yafuire kwale boku twale fitumbi ku mocha ku kasama so twalikwete twali facing a problem ya transport. Transport tatwa kwete enough per hospital.
He explains the challenges that the people of Lilongwe District used to face to access radiography and mortuary services.
Since 2022, we used to have challenges with the X-ray machine, of which it completely shut down in 2022, somewhere around September. We could not operate the old equipment.
But this is now a thing of the past, as government through the Lilongwe Town Council procured a modern digital X-ray machine and a mortuary unit using the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu was at Lilongwe District Hospital to commission the X-ray machine, which was bought at a cost of 1.2 million kwacha, and the mortuary unit, which was bought at a cost of over 600,000 kwacha.
This is a testament to show that CDF is a flagship of this government, to bring about change in communities where decisions to procure such huge machines were only obtained in Osaka. Sometimes were only obtained from the provincial administration. Today, such decisions are made at a local level.
The Minister of Health in Lilongwe is grateful to government for this equipment.
We are happy this time around. Everyone is able to access the services. The X-ray and the mortuary, both these two projects have come at the right time. And on behalf of the Lilongwe District Office, allow me to express my deep thanks to the government of the day.
Geoffrey Piri, reporting for Zanis in Lilongwe District.
President Hakainde Hichilema has donated a light truck to the Chisokone market community with the purpose of easing the burden of transport costs for the traders. Special Assistant for Finance and Investments to the President, Jito Kayumba, announced the donation of the truck, which will be officially handed over to the marketeers on Monday. Let's take a look.
A light truck donated with love from President Hakainde Hichilema to the Chisokone market community. The donated canter is meant to ease the transport mobilities of the marketeers who access their merchandise from the outskirts of Kitwe. President Hakainde Hichilema, as a Special Assistant for Finance and Investments, Jito Kayumba, has since announced the donation of the vehicle, which will, however, be officially handed over to the marketeers on Monday.
This assistance that's come from the President is not the last assistance, it's just the beginning. And the President recognizes that he must empower you directly. We are going through a transitional period. Now at a time where this country had a lot of debt, had a lot of problems. Yes, we know there's a drought. The drought has caused load shedding and food issues, but a lot is happening that will take us out of this problem, that will create prosperity for all of us. And we'll continue to come back to not only open new minds that employ your children and provide opportunities for yourselves as business people, but we'll also make sure that those large investments have a direct link into your benefits.
Kitwe District United Party for National Development UPND Chairman Shadrick Chataba said the marketeers will remain indebted to President Hichilema for coming to their aid.
Ikanta ni moto kakatraki akasoma akakabati komiti ikenda la panshi mwala kamofya shana mwala chitashana ni mwe ngatwamyela ati tumiyele fya kuchita mwala monaka twachita dictate but ni mwe mukatweba ero mukatwele ati twatontonga nyo kuchitefi mwishi bati kanshi kateka ala tupenda ifu kateka chita appreciate uko bati bachisokone mbakwele ko chimwe chintu chibakala bomfya iyo bale chitama kwebo yawo.
Earlier, Mr. Kayumba was at the Copperbelt University where he held a master class with the CBU students, especially those doing business courses.
So I want to say this, you want to write down your reason, your purpose, your why. Why are you here? What are you studying? What do you want to achieve in your life? Once you have that, have a high degree of clarity into the steps that need to be taken for you to go and achieve that. Among the issues of clarity, you also must have a lot of confidence.
The information that you've dropped here is more like a seed. It has dropped on the fertile ground, and I believe it's going to germinate into fruits, into more seeds, and into a forest. So on behalf of the students, I would love to say thank you. And lastly, My emphasis to the students is that we need to take charge of the economy. This is our country. This country belongs to us.
Mr. Kayumba has since wound up his one-week-long working visit to the Copper Belt. Kalan Muchima reporting for Zanis.
Meanwhile, Malawians living in Zambia held a church service to pay tribute to the late former Vice President of Malawi, Saulus Chilima, who died in a plane crash on June 10, 2024. Speaking during a memorial service at St. Ignatius Church in Lusaka, Malawians living in Zambia Representative Brian Chigawa described the late Dr. Chilima as a great man who had a passion for saving the people. Mr. Chigawa stated that the late vice president showed leadership traits from a young age and remained devoted to service in various portfolios. He conveyed special gratitude to the Zambian government through the Zambia Air Force ZAF, who joined in the search and recovery of the bodies. And giving homily, Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Lusaka, Alik Banda, urged the gathering to emulate the noble life led by Dr. Chilima, who did not let his accomplishments or status take charge. Apostolic Nacho Vatican Ambassador to Zambia and Malawi Archbishop Gianluca Peris delivered the message of condolences and comfort from Pope Francis on the passing of the Vice President of Malawi, Saulus Chilima, on 10th June 2024. A Malawian Air Force plane carrying Dr. Chilima with 9 other passengers crashed in Chikangawa Forest Reserve in Mzimba district of Malawi after taking off from Malawi's capital, Lilongwe.
Despite being orphaned at an early age, the late Vice President, whom I used to call Saulus, or his clan name, Bieni, as a dear friend, had strong social skills, charisma, and a high intellectual capacity. He showed leadership traits from a very young age, and he had a passion for serving people. He was a devoted father and husband, a patriotic citizen who served his country with distinction, and formidable Vice President.
Dr. Chilima was available, was prepared and ready for others, even in his death. We can only thank God for the life of Dr. Chilima and the others, his availability, his preparedness, and his readiness for others.
I commend his soul to the mercy of Almighty God and invoke upon the nation the divine blessings of consolation and peace.
In business news, government has appreciated the operations at the Mwami Mchinji 1 border post in Chipata, which has enhanced trade between Zambia and Malawi. Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata, who visited the facility, said the country recognizes the importance of cross-border trade in growing the economy. More in the following report.
The Mwami Mchinji one-stop border post was commissioned in 2022 by President Hakainde Hichilema and his Malawian counterpart. Like any other one-stop border post, the facility was created to enhance international trade, by integrating border control agencies into a single location, streamlining clearance procedures for goods and people, among other purposes. Henry Magongwa is one of the Malaan truckers who shared how this facility has impacted their businesses.
Security.
One major thing we are happy about is the enhancement security at the facility. The process is now smooth. Before this facility was opened, we used to spend days to get cleared, but now the process is done within hours.
This feedback has elated Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata, who familiarized himself with operations of this facility.
We can see that from the commercial point of view, there is this interaction, peoples from two countries. We are also seeing trade going on at full blast. That in itself suggests that there is decency in doing business or transactions at this particular point. Because what is important is the two governments obviously to take care of its people. Government will always create a conducive environment. And in this case, with regards to security, we can visibly see that this particular space is adequate enough to be monitored by all the systems. We have state security 24/7. You can see the distance of the structure. There's a lot of space here where everything, activities happening here are monitored by the state police. We have seen truckers expressing their happiness.
Abigail Kashweka reporting for Zanis in Chipata.
We take a break. More stories when we return.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
How I Made It is a program that delves into the many success stories of different people from all walks of life. Watch How I Made It on Zanis TV every Thursday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH.
In agriculture news, 3 women groups in Lilongwe District who were empowered under the Food Security Park FISIP program with skills to grow mushroom have made their first harvest. In separate interviews, the women commended government for sharing life-sustaining skills with the communities. More in the following report.
The Department of Community Development in Lilongwe District has continued to make strides in uplifting the lives of women in rural communities by empowering them with sustainable life-saving skills. The department has since facilitated the training of 3 women groups in Chikwela, Lusoke and Sheleni villages on how to grow mushrooms, which they have successfully started producing using their Food Security Park FSP Payback Fund. Speaking during a monitoring visit of the groups conducted by officers from the department, the women highlighted how they are benefiting from the initiative.
Tizambo tekagulisako tizagulako chakudya kagulisako ni soko na kudya ni ndiyo na ndiyo zo bana ni kumaskulu kai kumaskulu although ili ni free education but timagulako mabuku na sopo na bilango botanzira ko mabanja kyamikira ababoma na ba community development otretirako project yamene ititandizira pa umoyo Tenzo tenga kwa fertilizer kugoma anatipasa kwa 2 years. So after 2 years we change kubera bena. So it's 2 years ya dina kwana. Ina kwana.
District Assistant Community Development Officer Lifasi Chingwe explained the rationale behind the initiative.
In Chongwe District, we have 18 wards that were window. So amongst the 18 wards, this is where we have the Chikwela. These who are into mushroom growing. Actually, these are not the only ones. In Chongwe Central, we have 3 groups that are into mushroom production. So the area for Security Park, they came up with the idea of mushroom growing because we've seen that mushroom growing is a very sustainable program and it's very profitable in a way that we have readily available market. Whenever you harvest, it can't go around without being sold. Also for the household to have food.
Sheila Makosa reporting for Zanis in Chongwe District.
Still in agriculture news, small-scale farmers in Senga Hill District have started selling their maize to various food reserve agency, FRA satellite depots, and have also expressed happiness over the increased maize floor price set for the 2024 crop marketing season. Namsoke Wembia has the rest of the details.
Small-scale farmers in Senga Hill District have started trekking to various food reserve agents' depots to sell their produce. A check by Zanis crew at Mambwe Mission and Chipoka depots found farmers busy weighing and rebagging their maize. Those talked to had this to say.
So na mwe bashira leta ndemikoseresha mulete kwa mataba kuli umutengo kwena usoma
tukutaja sana uteko pamanda kuti wati uyula ningo ukuye kwala antu yakuleta sana antu yalete chisaka yonse asuma famu
mutengo kwene uli ningo pano ngamwako nkwa kumasikeo kwa kuna njia kupela Swahili na Asia kukwa na uwapa satellite uliko ningo pano yukwata moka profit.
And Senga Hill District Commissioner Elizabeth Goma assured farmers of quick payments.
Whenever you bring your maize to FRA, it will only take about 3-4 days and then you are paid. It is very, very important for all the farmers to sell their maize to the government because we are just keeping it for ourselves. Instead of giving this to private buyers who in turn will not be able to help them when in a hunger situation.
Meanwhile, some farmers are concerned about the fees that transporters charge to take their maize to the satellites.
Pawino paku chinja ifya mamira zifibale shitamataba palompa miespachi mula. Nomba ichivipile kofecha kwe bati ifwe ama transportation kutalioko tuwala amataba kwabera ama satellite. So ifwe tulishanya pamonga bafama bapano pachimula kutila kuti batuletela pofie depo pano pene nango batwebwa kutila oyinshita tukesa mugushita amataba kuma farmers baikala pachimula pakwati na ifwe tuamfwako bwino.
Reporting for Zanis in Senga Hill District, Namsokwe Bwembia.
Lusaka Province Minister Shil Mliata has called on farmers to change from their traditional ways of farming to smart agriculture in order to mitigate the efforts of climate change. Speaking during the Rufunsa District Agriculture and Commercial Show held under the theme Creating a Competitive Future, Ms. Mliata says the government will ensure food security at both household and national level is attained through new and improved climate-smart technologies. Beatrice Mfula now gives us the details.
These are farmers exhibiting their harvest during the 2024 Rufunsa District Agriculture and Commercial Show. Lusaka Province Minister Shil Mliata, who was the guest of honor, says she is happy to see farmers display some produce despite the drought that the country experienced.
Rufunsa is one of the many districts in Zambia that have been adversely affected by the drought in 2023-2024 farming season. It is gratifying to note that despite the drought, some farmers who planted early and embraced smart agriculture practices managed to salvage something for home consumption.
Ms. Muliata, who is also a Rufunza Member of Parliament, says the government is committed to improving the agriculture sector and has encouraged farmers to practice crop diversification and embrace smart agriculture in order to mitigate effects of climate change.
The mandate of the government and the Ministry of Agriculture in particular is to ensure the promotion of food security at both household and at national level. I would like to encourage our farmers to fully get involved into agriculture diversification agenda, including fish farming, livestock production, and crop production.
Meanwhile, Chief Wunda says his chiefdom will continue working with the government to sensitize farmers on smart agriculture for sustainable food security.
This drought should be taken as an opportunity for us to apply new technologies in agriculture, such as the program the government has launched in this chiefdom, the winter farming.
And farmers who manage to plant early and practice smart agriculture have this to say.
Maybe the government should help to assist us with some boreholes so that we can continue irrigating the seeds.
Healthcare givers from Chinyunyu Rural Health Center took advantage of the crowd at the agriculture show to sensitize people on various health issues.
We are offering for the adolescents HIV testing. You know, these are young who find it very difficult to come to the facility when they are sick. So we've taken advantage of this show to bring the health services as nearer to them. We are also sensitizing on the importance of male circumcision.
Beatrice for Zanis News in Rufunza.
In other news, the government has called for the production of various nutritious crops to promote dietary diversification in the country. Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Henry Mukungule observed that many households have been practicing monocropping of maize only, which has resulted in lack of access in different types of nutrients.
Crop diversification is key in achieving food and nutrition security in the country. For the past 5 years, Phase 2 of the Scaling Up Nutrition Program has been promoting dietary diversification in selected districts. Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Henry Mukungule has called for production of various nutritious crops, while his counterpart Luapula Province Permanent Secretary Mighty Mumba says government is making considerations to employ nutritionists across line ministries. Both Muchinga and Luapula Permanent Secretaries made their respective remarks at the close-up Sunny 2 review meeting held in Kabwe Central Province.
Our people have been practicing monocropping, where it has been maize. This has contributed to reducing the nutrition in our communities. The Department of Agriculture, the Department of Fisheries, the Ministry of Health, we want to impress upon you that we sensitize our people in the communities out there to adopt practices where they grow not only maize but also other crops which can actually improve the nutrition of their children as well as the nutrition of the adults.
The commitment towards nutrition from government is clear and evident. You may be aware, alongside the SUN 2 program are various routine and nutrition complementary programs in a number of line ministries such as integrated management, acute malnutrition, and the Ministry of Health. We are aware of the concerning nutrition situation in the country, as well as the human resource gaps in the nutrition field across sectors. Therefore, in our continued process of trying to satisfy the desired nutrition staffing levels in key line ministries, government will ensure that nutritionists will be among the staff to be employed in order for the population to effectively access nutrition services.
Recommendations and strategies to sustain Phase 2 of the Scaling Up Nutrition Program have been proposed through a series of panel discussions featuring different stakeholders. Proposed recommendations and strategies, among others, include utilizing the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, strengthening lower structures such as the Ward Nutrition Coordinating Committees and the Zonal Nutrition Coordinating Committees, among others. Bopelombanya reporting for Zanis News in Kabwe, Central Province.
In a related development, Zambia District in Luapula Province has received over 4,900 bags by 50 kilograms of relief white maize, which will be distributed to all the 10 wards in the district. Zambia District Commissioner Kayula Mulenga flagged off the distribution of the relief maize in Mano Ward and assured residents that no one will die of hunger, as government will ensure that relief maize is given to all those who were affected by the drought. More in the following report.
Government has come to the aid of the families in Zambia District whose maize fields were affected by drought during the 2023-2024 rain season, resulting in 2 poor yields. All the affected households are receiving relief maize, and Zambia District Commissioner Kayula Mulenga has since flagged off the exercise. The district commissioner has since assured the people in the district that government will do everything possible so that all the affected families get the much needed support.
Government program tatule sala ati yo uyu as long as mwina Zambia na chitatwa kupoka ya matabalingiro kutakani ukupoka.
Zambia District Project Implementing Partner, PIP Coordinator, will help in the distribution of relief maize to the affected people in all the 10 wards of Zambia District. To the beneficiaries, the intervention by government is timely.
Nakuri ba abatupele ndalama shabu teko na shena sotura pukira kwa fulasa ni kwa bana mali kasho ubuteko bwikalekere shefya kuchitefi umulandu ne kichilala chaisa na mutwali mine kwene mfula kunakulu pula province ko yali eyota yali bwino sana sanja kwa tinga lima ayama
inenga beneficiary umo uwa muri iki kipande pakati ka kupokelera ya mataba mukwayi tunatupokelera amataba isaka 50 kg ilio ine bampere na bambiro baleba pera twatotera pamulandu wakutira tamuleke lyo kuchita fyonse ifile bombeka muri kino cyaro fingifo twinga totera sana mu buteko obubwa bagayinde kabingira mu buteko bwa UPND.
The distribution of relief maize by government is part of the National Emergency Response Plan aimed at reducing the impact of drought in the country. Peter Shuaya, reporting for Zanis in Zambia District, Luapula Province.
We take a break. More stories when we return.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
How I Made It is a program that delves into the many success stories of different people from all walks of life. Watch How I Made It on Zanis TV every Thursday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, Channel 6 DTT, and Channel 458 DTH.
Kafua District Commissioner Maurice Hikapulwe has reaffirmed the government's commitment to promoting disability-inclusive development in the district. Speaking during the Disability Dialogue Forum, Mr. Hikapulwe noted that the government has implemented several programs and policies to improve access to education, healthcare, and employment for individuals with disabilities. We have more in this report.
Twatasha Disability Organization in Kafue District organized the one-day Disability Dialogue Forum to discuss some of the challenges faced by persons with disabilities in accessing the inclusive disability programs and policies brought out by the government. Twatasha Disability Organization Executive Director Joseph Mwawa noted that despite several programs and policies to improve access to education, healthcare and employment for individuals with disabilities, there are still challenges which need to be addressed. Mr. Mwawa said disability-inclusive policies and programs will enhance the quality of life for individuals with disability.
Today, we gather with a shared mission to promote disability inclusion among key government policy implementers in our community and beyond. You may wish to know that Twatasha has been implementing the XRay project since 2020. The project aim was to improve the quality of life for children and youngsters with disabilities and their families.
Kafue District Commissioner Maurice Hikapulwe, who was the guest of honor, said government is committed to continue promoting disability-inclusive development in the district.
The new government, under the leadership of His Excellency Mr. Hichilema, is committed to promoting the rights and well-being of persons with disabilities. Government has implemented several programs and policies aimed to improve access to education, healthcare, and empowerment for individuals with disabilities.
And Kafue CDF chairperson, who was part of the panelists, urged the differently abled persons to apply for the CDF grants and loans.
And I think after this meeting which we had, really it was very clear to all of us that we are all supposed to move at the same pace. Opportunities are there for them. They may have been thinking that they are sidelined because of what they have, but it has been made clear in the meeting we had that they need also to go flat out like another and get opportunities that are available for us, that are available for them, so that at the end of the day, they can stand on their own.
Meanwhile, the individuals with disability thanked government for the disability-inclusive programs.
As for me, what I can say, I really appreciate the government with all the programs that has come out with, so that we can able to brighten our life, to brighten our future, so that we can able to do what others are doing. Through the meeting, I learned something that I didn't know. I heard all the information that the government has come up with, so that I can able to know what to do in my life.
Reporting, I'm Nampiri.
Scores of students from Mongu Trades Training Institute have carried out a peaceful demonstration against lack of security, poor sanitation and diet, among other things. Addressing the students, Western Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Richard Mulwanda promised to discuss with school administration so as to find a solution to the problem. Darlington gives us this report.
Scores of students from Mongu Trades Training Institute held a peaceful demonstration against the school management over poor services at the institute. Some of the students expressed their feelings.
Our students are frustrated because of the number of concerns that they have been raising to the management, but the management have been taking no action. We've been here since January. We don't have lecturers in some courses, of which the exam is about to take place in August and December. So students are worried to say how are they going to write the exams.
We want change at our institution. So far, this is my third year at this institution, but we don't have classes, especially as social workers here.
The issue of security, our school is not in good terms of security. Myself, I was junked in school on Sunday around 19 hours from my way, coming from the studies.
We are not eating properly for us, CDF. We have heard that they have paid for us, but we are not eating proper food here. We are eating samp every day, morning, for breakfast. And the relish, just after one day, we eat nyama soya pieces.
I came here in March. I reported for the first time, and up to now, I'm still doing driving. Up to now, my driving days are not yet done. Our vehicles which we use for training, each and every week, they are being damaged. Each and every day, they are being repaired. How can somebody have the skills? Whilst have been paid, my council and CDF council members have paid my money in full. Whilst here, I'm learning driving. After 1 week, I make 1 day. After 2 weeks, I make 2 days. How can somebody learn in that way?
Mongu Trades Training Institute acting principal Inamba Omulumemwe said management is on course in addressing concerns raised by the students.
Which one of these things you presented can be solved in 5 days?
Safety equipment.
Safety equipment?
Yes.
If you came to my office, you find that thing was signed last week. And we are ordering this equipment from where? Lusaka. Okay? You know the process of ordering?
Yes.
In 5 days.
Meanwhile, addressing students that marched to the provincial administration, Western Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Richard Mulwanda had this to say.
We need to look at this matter together, and when you are looking at a matter, you need to look at both sides. What are your issues? We need to learn, because we are just interacting with you just now. So we need to understand what are your issues. We need to, at an appropriate time, to engage your school administration so that we can also hear from their side. Meanwhile, we also give you an opportunity to hear from you. But what is important is to keep peace. So we need now to look at the matter and see how best the issue can be resolved.
Darlington Kawambe reporting in Mongu District, Western Province.
Still in education news, Action Aid Zambia is appealing to government to revisit education policies that are hindering the progress of the girl child. The organization believes that some policies are contributing to the high number of school dropouts from vulnerable communities, particularly those who fall pregnant or are retrieved from early marriages. Action Aid Zambia focal point person for the Zambia National Education Collusion, Faith Mukwasa, made the appeal in an interview with Zanis shortly after a sensitization meeting against early pregnancies and marriages in Kawoma District. More in the following report.
Zambia National Education Coalition, ZANEC, in collaboration with Action Aid Zambia, Ministry of Education, National Action for Quality Education in Zambia, and other partners are in Kawoma for community sensitization meetings to prevent early pregnancies and marriages among school-going children. Speaking in an interview with Zanis shortly after the meeting held at Nariere Royal Village, Action Aid focal point person for ZANEC, Faith Mukasa, calls for revisitation of retrogressive policies to help vulnerable girl children get back to school without complications.
The Ministry of Education has reported to, or rather has in the past, recorded more children dropping out of school than those that are being returned. Some of the challenges are coming from the policy that is being a bit difficult for them. Now we have, for example, some girls were talking about them going back if she falls pregnant in grade 9 and does not write her exam, meaning she'll have to go back to grade 6. In the in grade 6 to be able to get her new exam number. And this is supposed to be a challenge because she sees herself as going way too back. And we want to advocate for government to rework or reinforce some of these policies that are there to protect the girl child.
We are here to campaign against early marriages and teenage pregnancies so that they can get the right information on the importance of educating a girl child, because we want them to participate in the governance of this country.
National Action for Quality Education in Zambia is committed to ensuring learners receive quality education without compromise.
As in the case, we are also promoting issues of quality education, that as we ensure this girl child is in school, they have enough teachers, they've got enough schools around, so that there's no compromise in terms of quality education.
Parosi Royal Establishment BRE warns erring parents.
All our children, be it that they got pregnant, they have children, they must not be given away in marriage. We are not going to allow such cases happening within our corridors.
I'm appealing to all the young girls that are married to come back to school. There's nothing good about marriage apart from suffering. Jinda Mbagwe, reporting for Zanis in Lilongwe District, Western Province.
The Ministry of Tourism in Rapula Province has hosted the 2024 Cultural Festival. Mansa District Commissioner Irene Chivweta, who graced the event, called on traditional leaders to embrace all clans and tribes in the country. More in the following report.
Zambia's cultural heritage and practice of creative arts is firmly rooted in cultural norms, traditional ceremonies and communal festivities. In upholding this rich tradition, the Ministry of Tourism has held the 2024 Rapula Cultural Festival in Mansa District, the first of its kind.
There is nothing wrong to belong or indeed talk about one's tribe as an identity, but everything wrong to use it to oppress others. In this regard, I call upon all the traditional tribesmen and councillors to promote oneness in the direction of clans. A clan is bigger than a tribe. You find clans cutting across provincial and chiefdom boundaries, which is key for unity of purpose.
The Department of Culture and Traditional Affairs has noted the significance of upholding cultural heritage and the creative arts.
You know, want to have a situation where people are going to be taught traditions and embracing the components of protecting yourselves from using tribe. You know, Wanachimbusa and all those other people, during their sessions as they speak, we want them to promote using that one. So it's a tool that has been brought deliberate. Cultural groups through their messages are going to use the same. So we are embarking on that trajectory, and we want everyone else to move into that direction as a province and other provinces that are neighboring our province as well.
The theme for this year's cultural festival is embracing unity of purpose through cultural diversity. Chipidi Makasa, reporting for Zanis News in Mansa District.
In Muchinga Province, the Drug Enforcement Commission says there is a need to take sports activities seriously as they help in the physical aspects of a person's development. Provincial DEC Regional Commander Leonard Kankoto says sporting activities do not just build character, but also teach and help develop strategic thinking. Pamela gives us this report.
Breathing. We say no to substance abuse.
In preparation for this year's World Anti-Drugs Day to be held on 26th June, the Drug Enforcement Commission, DEC, organized aerobics session among other activities for various stakeholders in Chinsali District. The event, which was held at Chinsali Civic Center, saw a number of civil servants taking part, and Drug Enforcement Commission Regional Commander from Muchinga Province says the commission saw it important to hold the aerobics sessions ahead of the celebration.
This aerobic session was arranged in line with the activities that were lined up
in preparation for the World Anti-Drugs Day that takes place on the 26th of June 2024. Otherwise, we have other activities that are lined up for the same activity, such as the donation, and then the following day on the 26th, which is the D-Day, we'll be having the World Anti-Drugs Day activities at Kalwala Secondary School.
Those who attended the session thanked DEC for organizing the event, saying the event is encouraging people to keep fit through exercising.
Hence, I thought it is prudent that I come and attend, as I enjoy keeping fit, because nowadays there are a lot of diseases that are taking place. In a way to try and run away from these diseases, I think it's very important that we exercise at all times.
Exercises should be part of the plan of your day because they are very important. Actually, in some other country, it's a government policy that you must exercise on a particular day, either through some short walk or through some short run or through attending some aerobics. So we are also trying to promote the importance of exercising so that we live a healthy life.
Meanwhile, Chinsali fitness team trainer says it's unfortunate that people don't take exercising seriously.
Yes, definitely. This era it's got a lot of NCDs, non-communicable diseases, so of which those can be prevented when we exercise. So basically my call to the general populace is that we should take exercise as important as actually taking medication. You know, people will commit to medication, but they won't commit to exercise. The exercise will actually prevent you from taking medication because it's a preventive measure of staying healthy.
Pamela Inamba reporting for Zanis in Chinsali District, Mchinga Province.
As we end the news, a reminder of the top stories. Government constructs first ever mortuary maternity wing at Namshakande, Mongu. President Hichilema donates to Kitwe Trades. Zambia districts receive relief maize. And preparation underway for Community Sports Festival. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team, and my sign language interpreter Neha Mumbi, my name is Nora Chimupi. Pleasant viewing.